Good morning, everyone. I'm Aliona Claire J. Cuarto. To begin this lesson, let us first guess what is in the picture. What do you see in the picture? I will give you 5 seconds to guess. I think that is 5 seconds. So, if your answer is baby, that is wrong. But if your answer is emotions, that is correct. What is the relationship of emotions or connections of emotions in our topic for today? Because our topic for today is about socio-emotional and behavior domain. The objective of this lesson is that you will be able to examine the red flags of socio-emotional and behavior domain and identify ways to promote socio-emotional and behavior domain. So, to start this lesson, let us first define what is socio-emotional. So, socio-emotional, this refers to relating to an individual's emotions and relationship to others. As we all know that the basic human emotions like happiness, sad, fear, disgust, those emotions are very important aspect in our social interactions. For example, you are talking to someone. When you are happy and you're talking to someone, that person will feel happy too because you influence him or her. Same goes with laughter. I do believe that happiness and laughter are contagious. So with that, we can really say that emotions are very important to social interaction with others. So now, we can move on to the red flags of socio-emotional. According to Children's Health Queensland and Health Services, the following indicate the red flags under socio-emotional domain. At 6 months old, does not smile or interact with people. At this age, baby knows how to smile and respond with others. Many studies have indicated that from birth, infants imitate the facial expressions or emotions of the adult around them. Diba kasi at this month of baby, nakakapag-smile na sila sa mga adult na nag-smile din sa kanila. Di ba? Example, pag nilalaro ng mga adult yung baby, di ba, pangiti yun, hello, hi, nakasmile sila. So, yung baby, matatawa rin or mas i-smile din dahil ayun yung nakikita nila doon sa adult. So, at 9 months old, does not share enjoyment with others using eye contact or facial expression. So, at this month, hindi nagbibigay ng respond yung baby. So, parang hindi sila makakakitaan ng enjoyment, hindi nila nagugustuhan, or wala silang respond doon sa ibinibigay ng adult. So, makikita natin dito yung red flags talaga, di ba? Dahil sa normal na baby, at this month, na nasasabayan na nila yung object. And yung object na yun is natutuwa sila. Nakakapagbigay sila ng facial expressions, nakakatawa sila, diba? Nakakaiyak sila, mga ganon. And if the baby doesn't imitate the sounds, smiles, laughter, and facial expression by this age, it can be an early indicator of autism in infants.
Hello everyone, my name is Bernard Anime Tison, so I'm here to continue what Alona said. At 12 months old, does not notice someone new and does not play early turn-taking games such as peekaboo. This is when the baby doesn't look around him. For example, someone is talking to him, but he doesn't even notice. And when that person play with him like peekaboo, but he doesn't respond and seem to see anything. Next one. At 18 months old, I think this is 1 year and 6 months, does not show interest in playing and interacting with others. The children doesn't want to play with others. For example, he see other children playing and then he won't join in the game. Unlike other children, when they see a toy, they rush to play with it. This is the one child's red flag. The next one, at 2 years old, does not play toys for their purpose. The children doesn't want to play with any toy that given to him. For example, his mommy bought him a new toy. Then he doesn't pay an attention. He doesn't show an interest for that toy. That's another red flag.
Hello, I'm Joy Aina Mandel de Castro, and I will continue her topic. At 3 years old, has difficulty noticing and understanding feelings in themselves and others. During this age, a child really starts to understand that their body, mind, and emotions are their own. A child knows the difference between feeling happy, sad, afraid, or angry. Here's my example. This is my son when he is 3 years old. Using his facial expression, he can show his feelings. And also, in this age, I noticed that he have care in people around him. Like, when I am sad, he always give me a hug. If a child at this age doesn't express emotion, there might be a problem. Next, at 4 years old, does not play cooperatively with others. At this age, preschoolers are exploring and learning to express their emotions. For example, talking with gestures, not making noises, and playing with others. It's normal for them to socialize with others. For example, when my daughter went to daycare, she always excited to go to school because there were other children she could play with and talk to. When a child doesn't show interest to socialize, there might be a problem. And next, at 5 years old, play is different than their friends. At this age, you can expect tricky emotions, independence, friendship and social play, plenty of talk, improved physical coordination, and more. Normally, we can see children playing with other kids in same activity. Like here in my example, where my two kids playing with each other and wanted to play with other kids. When a child prepares to play alone or don't want to play with other kids, there might be a problem.
Good day everyone, my name is Esteban Espinosa and I will discuss about when a child manifests challenging behavior. Oftentimes, it is way of communicating wants and needs. So the example here is when a child cries. It means that he has a feeling that something is not right. That his only way for his parents to know is by his crying. Next is, there might be instances when a child exhibits a challenging behavior because she still does not want to stop doing an activity that she currently engage in. So, for example, here is when you lend your cell phone to your child. When it takes a while, then you take your cell phone, then the child will cry or lose it because you are stopping him from something that he is focusing on. When that happens every day, assessment may be needed. Next is red flags under behavior. So first is self-injurious behavior such as biting oneself, banging of head and vomiting when not sick. So, when children don't get what they want, this is what they do. But that is wrong because SIB can result in minor injuries such as scratches and brushes, or more severe injuries such as blindness, broken bones, or even death.
Good day everyone, I am Aizaline Izquierda and here I am to continue the discussion about the some implicators in red flags in the behavioral domain. The first one is the self-injurious behavior that was discussed by Ms. Stephanie Espinosa earlier. And the second one is the aggression toward others, such as hitting and kicking, peers and adults being cruel to animals, and throwing objects at people. Children might have aggressively children might have behaved aggressively because they might have trouble understanding on what's happening around them. Or children might have difficulty in communicating their own wants and needs. Or they are very um, anxious and stressed. Or they have sensory sensitivities like an oversensitivity to noise, to a need for stimulation. And the third one is the property destruction. Property destruction such as breaking or of objects and setting things on fire. Children might express their feeling of anger or emotional distress by means of doing that thing or that behavior. And the third one or the last one is the difficulties with social behavior. Social social behavior such as unable to remain on task for a specified length of time, being physically active, screaming and crying excessively, has no friends, and show inappropriate emotions. They may be lacking the social and emotional skills necessarily to handle peer pressure. They maybe have trouble knowing on how to interact appropriately with others. And that's why the family and all the people around the community has a huge role in the development of the child because as an adult we are their model and serve as their molder and on how to be a good person, and we are their guide on how to socialize to other and handle situation accurately.